Aphrodite, the goddess of love, is one of the most famous and powerful deities on Mount Olympus. Her life does not follow a linear storyline like that of mortals, but is woven with legends revolving around love, betrayal, jealousy, and eternal beauty. Below is a summary of the key milestones and stories in the life of Aphrodite. The strange birth. The Romans looked up at the sky and named the brightest shining spot Venus, the goddess of love. But beneath that sparkling beauty is a temperature of 460 degrees Celsius, acid rain, pressure crushing everything, a hell on earth. The Greeks called her Aphrodite, the one born from foam. They were more correct than they thought. Life does not begin with gentleness, it begins with a chemical rebellion. From the chaos of the primordial ocean, Aphrodite is not a woman emerging from a shell. She is a code. She is instinct. She is the first and most brutal biological command of nature, survival and reproduction.
Look at this place. Legend has it that Aphrodite was born from the sea foam right on that rock. Romantic, isn't it?
But from a biological perspective, the ancient Greeks inadvertently touched upon an astonishing scientific truth.
So, who is Aphrodite really? She is not just a beautiful girl. She represents the human instinct for sexuality. When our ancestral brain sees a woman with fair skin and a well-proportioned body, the brain does not think, "She is so beautiful." The primitive brain screams, "She is healthy. She has good genes. She will help this lineage survive." We do not love with our hearts. We love through millions of years of natural selection, and Aphrodite is the one who oversees that ruthless selection process. But Aphrodite's ultimate weapon lies here. Waist-to-hip ratio, 0.7. Whether it's Marilyn Monroe, Sophia Loren, or Victoria's Secret angels, whether fat or thin, if this ratio is close to 0.7, men's brains will instantly release dopamine. It is an unconscious signal that says, this woman has the best potential for childbirth. Aphrodite is a biological algorithm embedded in our DNA. The arranged marriage. We return to the scene of the most famous infidelity case atop Mount Olympus. The suspect, the goddess of love and war. The plaintiff, the betrayed husband. But this is not a story about morality. This is a story about the survival of genes. When Aphrodite was brought to the top of Olympus, her beauty was so radiant that Zeus feared the gods would go to war to compete for her. To maintain peace, Zeus married her to Hephaestus, the lame and ugliest god of the forge on Olympus. Hephaestus adored his wife and crafted beautiful jewelry for her, including a magical belt that made anyone who wore it irresistibly attractive. However, Aphrodite never loved her husband. Secret affairs. Disillusioned with her husband, a blacksmith covered in soot and dust, Aphrodite had numerous lovers, including gods and mortals, among whom Ares, the god of war, was her most famous lover. Why did Aphrodite choose Ares? Hephaestus is the provider. He is safe, technically skilled, and stable, but Ares... Ares represents what science calls the dark triad: power, violence, and dominance. In nature, females are attracted to the most aggressive males to protect the herd. Aphrodite is implementing a dual mating strategy, acquiring the best genes from Ares and safety from Hephaestus. A brutal, but effective biological plan. Ares and Aphrodite fell onto the bed. Immediately, an invisible metal net burst out from the ceiling. It did not fall like a fishing net, it tightened like a living creature. The more they struggled, the tighter the net became. Ares roared, his muscles tense but helpless. Aphrodite lay still, her calm gaze eerily serene. When the other gods burst in laughing at the adulterous couple, Hephaestus thought he had won. He believed shame was the punishment. But he was wrong. You cannot make a fire feel ashamed. Aphrodite does not care about human morality. She knows that even when caught in the act, that crowd laughing and mocking are actually all longing to be in Ares's position. Initiate the Trojan War. Aphrodite played a key role in causing the greatest war in Greek mythology through the event known as the Apple of Discord. Prince Paris of Troy was tasked with awarding the golden apple labeled for the fairest to one of three goddesses: Hero, Athena, or Aphrodite. Aphrodite promised to give Paris the most beautiful woman in the world, Helen of Sparta, if he chose her. Paris chose Aphrodite. She helped him kidnap Helen, leading to the bloody Trojan War that lasted 10 years. In this war, Aphrodite always sided with Troy to protect Paris and his son Aeneas. Character and powers. Aphrodite represents passionate love but also vanity. She is very jealous and punishes ruthlessly anyone who dares to underestimate her power or claim to be more beautiful than her, such as the story of Psyche. Aphrodite is not only a symbol of beauty, she embodies primal desire, a force capable of creating life but also capable of destroying even the most powerful city-states. As long as humans still crave love and fear loneliness, Aphrodite will remain the most powerful goddess. Be careful with what you desire. Thanks for watching.